Welcome to FitTechs. I'm Max.
I'm Matt. Today's a little slow. We're starting off on a kind of a crunch right now.
Huge sunburn from the weekend. Still dying from that couple
4-block walk. More like 8 miles, but
more
no
like
one's
8
counting.
miles. Yeah.
So today we want to talk about how to start a diet. So like if I'm talking to someone and I'll use, my brother for example. Hey Pat, how you doing today? Hey man, I'm starting a new diet program, a new workout routine. So I've cleaned out the fridge, I've changed out everything I've liked to kale, to salads, to tomatoes. I got my protein shakes. I had to go sign up at a gym. This and this and this. He's getting overwhelmed by telling me how he's changing his lifestyle. And that's something that I want to share. It's simple, small goals and your first steps. You don't have to go that drastic. And it's hard to maintain that for any period of time because it's not fun. But if we slowly change, for example, I have a sweet tooth, every night I have dessert. Well, now if I'm going to change my diet, I can only have dessert one day a week. So whatever that Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever my day is, I can enjoy that. That's my first step. The next step, gym membership, working out 3 days a week. That's it. Baby step into 4, baby step into 5. Talking about parking your car in the back of a parking lot, taking stairs. Small goals, and set yourself up each week to achieve these things, and you'll see a change in your body as you become more active and become healthier over time.
Let's go back to step 1. What would you say the best first step would be?
First step, depending on each individual's person,
Sure,
is cutting some of the calories, because typically as Americans we overconsume.
And how would you know what to cut?
Well, and that's something where you really have a trainer or nutritionist to sit down and really kind of explain the details of each of those to you. But let's say for my example, I like to have a beer every night when I get home. Just one, not a big deal. But that's 200 calories that I'm taking nightly that I could take away. If I take away at 200 calories and I only pick one day a week, so I say I have 6 days a week that I'm having my one beer. If that's 200 calories for one beer, that's 1,200 calories over the 6th day I've limited from my diet. I still have my beer my one day of the week that I can enjoy, but now I've limited that.
Sure. And to give some perspective on 200 calories in a beer, the first thing we all think about, or a lot of people think about, is going to the gym and working out. But really, diet could actually help you way more than working out in terms of losing weight and getting fit and stuff, right? And
of course,
what I'm getting at is that when you said the beer's 200 calories, how do you burn 200 calories in say like for cardio? Like
if you work at a pace of say if your heart rate's about 135 to 145 beats per minute for a half hour on either a bike, an elliptical, or a treadmill, if you weigh about 165 pounds and work out for 30 minutes, that's about 300 calories you're burning. Give or take on the intensity, different take on size, a lot of variance there, but it's about 300 calories for every half hour, right? So that being said, is if I'm doing a half hour cardio and I drink a beer, I've only lost a net of 100 calories for the day. That's a lot of work for that beer. Mm-hmm. But if I cut that beer out and I do that half hour of cardio on top of taking the beer out of my system, well, now every day I've burnt 300 more calories. I've taken away 200 calories in my diet because of that one beer, and now I'm at a 500 calorie a day deficit. So that's 2 simple things. I worked out for a half hour and not too strenuous, and I took away my beer. Now let's do the math on that. 500 calories in my deficit, correct? Mm-hmm. Times 6, 3,000. Yeah, right? There's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. So I'm losing just under a pound of fat per week. So in a month, I could lose 3.5 pounds of fat by just not having that beer 6 nights a week. I'm doing a half hour cardio a day. That's, multiply that by 12 months, we're at what? 36 pounds of fat by those 2 simple things alone. There's the little cheats, the stairs, parking the car in the back of the parking lot.
Yeah, taking stairs instead of elevators.
Even if it's 10 calories, that 10 calories adds up in a week. Now I'm 70 calories. That's the stairs one time. Well, typically I park the car on top and I gotta go up and down each time for that. So you choose your lifestyle and you choose your goals on what you do. And every little thing helps you. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Like my brother did prior, he went from pizza and hot dogs every night to a full kale diet. He hates the diet. He hates his lifestyle because it's not fun. But if he changed it and had a little bit of kale with his hamburger instead of having the hot dog, well, that's a change. If he had no beer and had water with his meal, huge change. And these are things that help us on our goals to get to that beach body that you want.
And then really quick, before we end it off, what a lot of people don't know is that muscle actually weighs more than fat.
Oh.
So they may weigh more on the scale, but they also may look better because they have more muscle than fat, right?
Oh, very much correct. Yes. Well, the basic example is I have smaller hands, but if I have one solid fist, make a little bigger fist here. That's about a pound of fat right there. The same size is about 10 pounds of muscle. All right. So that's the equivalent. So if I take away 10 of these and I basically make it, if I take this much fat off my body, I'm gonna see a difference size-wise. But if this is 10 pounds of fat and this is 10 pounds of muscle, that's the difference that we're having on. So when this is displaced, I may weigh 200 pounds, but if I have a six-pack and I feel great, does it matter what I weigh? No one knows that. Vice versa, if I'm 200 pounds of fat, you're going to see I'll be a size 36 pant, 40 pant, and you're going to see a big difference because of purely the size of the fat. The body stores it. All this is stored energy. We don't need it if you eat healthily. And that's a whole different program for dieting and explain that. And like BMIs, BMRs, we can go in that. And probably one of our upcoming episodes.
So that was a lot of good information. Basically, this to end it off, what you guys can start off with is pick something, something small, and take that out of your diet, and that'll be one first step.
Correct.
Into having a better diet.
Baby steps, guys, just like the babies do it. We gotta learn to crawl before we can walk. One simple thing each week. Before you know it, you're gonna have the body you've always wanted.
Cool.
All right.
And that's FitTechs for you.
Yep, more fit for you. The tech will come later. I like that, huh? All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching our show. Thanks for filling in. Remember, share.
Yep. Like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more. We're gonna try to get you some podcasts. I don't know, twice a week or something like that.
I think it's only fair for you guys. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. FitTechs. Matt signing off.
And me.
Max and Matt.